Northwestern this year. Illinois State as well. How about the freshman point guard, Casey Keene, has come in, been very impressive, averaging about 5 points per game and over 5 helpers per contest, too. The first-year player from Ontario in Canada. Teams huddled up, ready to go. The officials tonight, Anthony Franklin, Keith Fogelman, and Jason Goebel will oversee the action here of this championship contest. Wildcats 5-0, won 4 straight at home to begin the season. Now winning the neutral site game in the semifinals last night. And Illinois State 5-0 as well. Impressive road win at Drexel out of the CAA, team that was a conference champion a year ago, and they backed it up with that big win against UAB last night. For Dan Moeller and the Redbirds, you look at the series history. 4th meeting all time. Last affair back in 1996 when that guy was a member of the Redbird squad. Former great player, back coaching at his alma mater in his first year. Helped Illinois State to 4 straight postseason trips back in the 90s. Assisted to Kevin Stallings at Vanderbilt for a long time. Bill Carmody, 13th season at Northwestern, closing in on 200 wins in Evanston. Tonight's opening tip brought to you by Bud Light. Here we go. Wildcats in the purple. The gray tops with the red trim for the Redbirds, and we are underway. Off the tap, tipped out, belongs to Illinois State.
That was senior on freshman, and that time the freshman wins. Casey King able to knock the ball off Crawford's leg.
Steve, too simple to call this a battle of tempo tonight. Illinois State wants to get up and down, and Northwestern, while they'll score a lot, they certainly want to control the run of play.
Now, I think what you're going to look at, it's going to be more controlled than you think. Depending on how Northwestern handles the full court pressure brought on by Illinois State. Last night, UAB did not handle the pressure, and it really took the Blazers out of the game.
At one point, they were down 11, 15-5 run to come back in the first half against UAB. Really fueled it. Defense there, the block, transition chance. Keene in the open floor. Kick back. He is a pass-first point guard. Exhibit A there as he keeps it out. Carmichael has range. That one won't go from deep.
He's a guy that can shoot the ball from there. The big thing I think Coach Moeller is looking for out of Carmichael is the fact that he plays defense each and every possession. You saw the last time down, he had a great block on Olaf. He's got to be engaged from start to finish.
Average over 2.5 blocks per game at 5 last night. Keene there with quick hands to poke it away from Jared Swopshire of Northwestern.
You'll see Carmichael using his low body, but he's very good. Doesn't move for the fake, and then goes up and just takes care of the ball. He's a solid defender.
Swopshire on the offensive glass with a rebound and fouled by John Eakey.
Swopshire is a transfer from Louisville. This is a kid that early in his career at Louisville started, and then he got hurt, had an injury, sat out, transferred. He's a graduate of Louisville, but now he's playing his 5th year this year for Coach Carmody.
Under the transfer rule, if you have eligibility left, able to transfer to another school, play right away. Swopshire doing that. He's in the sports administration graduate program at Northwestern. He gets the first point of the game. It's funny, you talk about this Northwestern team and what's hung over the head of the Wildcats forever. They've never been to the NCAA tournament, but that young man has, of course, Louisville with its Final Four run.
And I think that helps. You get a guy that in your program, along with a coach who understands the NCAA tournament and how to get there. You got to give Northwestern credit for sticking with a legend, Bill Carmody. 13 seasons, he'll get this team to the NCAA tournament.
That'll help if Crawford continues to make crafty moves like that, knifing in and gets it done. Former Big Ten Freshman of the Year, the first ever for the Wildcats in their history. And a 4-0 push here at the outset for the Cats. Brian Allen was the star shooting last night, had 6 triples, career high 30 points, and banging in a 3-ball to begin for the Redbirds.
He is exuding confidence. In the pregame, he shot about 33s, and he probably made about 26 of them. Just really is confident right now for the Redbirds.
How about diving over and most of his teammates coming up there to pick him up? Dan Moeller coming in his first year at his alma mater and talking about elevating, making guys maybe even more accountable than they had been in the past, ramping up the intensity, and he's got it. Again, this team hits the gas pedal, averaging 88 points per game. Good look inside Crawford. Sobolewski couldn't put it down. Another chance to the rebound, ripped down by Carmichael. Iki free inside. Rare defensive lapse for the Cats.
That is rare, but Iki, who made the good defensive play at the other end, sprinted down. He was rewarded with an easy bucket.
Averages about 9 per game. 3-ball good, Swopshire.
Boy, Swopshire, he looked so pretty shooting that basketball. Played a solid game last night, had 15 points. But this Northwestern defense, you see Illinois State a lot quicker than TCU was last night. They got to react and get out on the jump shot, especially on Brian Allen.
Crawford directing traffic. And again, this Princeton offense, and the Cats certainly will use it to score. Been among the nation leaders in three-point shooting, assist to turnover ratio the last few years. And here's a look at the opportunity for Crawford.
This is called help defense, and you see the nice help down on Iki. You see Crawford goes in, and then Iki goes the other end and is able to convert on an easy layup. You have to have help defense when you're playing Northwestern because there's so many guys cutting to the basket. Back picks, you'll get picked. And if you don't get help from your teammates, you're in big trouble.
Sobolewski, Crawford, he'll pull up for three, in and out. Swopshire, aggressive in the offensive glass. Hearn battling two, finally pulled down by Jordan Treeloft, 6'10" redshirt sophomore from DeKalb, Illinois. He's trying to set up in the post. Instead, Allen can't get that three. Swopshire the ball. Sobolewski, and the block called. Johnny Hill tried to slow up his progress.
I don't think Brian Allen has had somebody 7 foot come out and extend on a jump shot. That time, Ola comes over and puts a hand over in his face. Now you see Swopshire getting the ball out quick. And the foul committed on Sobolewski.
2 team fouls so far, both on Illinois State.
Sobolewski made the all-freshman team in the Big Ten last year. Doesn't shoot a lot, but when he's open, he can knock it down. He runs this offense the way Bill Carmody wants him run, under control and patient.
Averages about 6 assists per game. This team averages over 20 helpers per game. They were held to just 12 last night, but again, only 55 points in the contest. They came in averaging 23 assists in a game, but here, turnover. They're normally stout in that category too, but the pressure D of the Redbirds paying off. Drive by Tyler Brown, no, but free throws coming up. Now the Redbirds got their mow down there at the tip. About 6-hour drive or so from Houston, Texas. Barrier Island, named after Jose Nicolas Bally. Padre Bally, Padre, Spanish for father. It was a Catholic priest and settler. Beautiful look at the convention center here, South Padre Island. And this championship affair, the South Padre Island Invitational. Jay Sadat happened to be joined by Steve Wolf. Great weekend of basketball and beach time for the fans and players alike.
You gotta hate this 85-degree weather.
A little overcast, a little rain today, but teams got down here, had their Thanksgiving time here, chance to bond a little bit, have some turkey, and try to play some basketball. These two teams have played the best here meeting for the championship.
Well, I talked to my family today back home in Cincinnati. It was 35 degrees, so I'll take balmy. It's a little balmy in here tonight.
It is. Been some condensation on the floor. They've been mopping it up at times. Humid day here in the region, but these two teams, and the shooting hasn't exactly been hot so far. Northwestern 2 of 8 from the floor. Illinois State just 2 of 6. And Tyler Brown, the senior from Owensboro, Kentucky, can't tie it up. 1 of 2 from the line.
Turner with the rebound. One of the big freshmen coming in. They have 6 big freshmen, big newcomers in here. He's just one of them. He replaces Ola.
Swopshire, pump fake, goes to the corner. Trey Dempsey to the game. Baseline blocked away. Rejected by John Wilkins off the bench for Illinois State. Carmichael to the corner for Wilkins. He'll go baseline. Tough over Mike Turner. Gets it down, leaves off for Demps.
That's not a really good shot by Wilkins. If you're going to take it strong to the basket and try to get the foul. He pulled up a little bit too short of the basket. Didn't really get a good look.
Hearn going out wide to Crawford. 14 seconds left to shoot. Northwestern will restart the offense. There's the cut, but the pass deflected. Hill. Keene, the freshman point guard. Brown for three.
You said it before, Keene is a pass-first point guard. He sets everybody up, and actually Coach Moeller's been trying to implore him to shoot more. This is a kid that's a true freshman, really playing heady basketball in the early going here.
Was a late signee for the Redbirds. They are thrilled to have found him. Has come in and started from the get-go. And helped trigger this great offensive beginning of the campaign for the Redbirds. Hearn open look for three. Carmichael diving in over his teammate again.
And I think that's what Coach was talking about. You saw the effort there. Carmichael can get up, and he is strong on the offense and defensive boards.
Carmichael active defensively.
You'll see right here, he doesn't let anything come in the lane. He goes over depth, and that's a great block by Wilkins. And that starts the break for them, and we've talked about their up-tempo. Their defense really gets their offense going.
And this team out of the Missouri Valley Conference picked to finish second of the preseason poll behind Creighton, Northern Iowa, Wichita State, Evansville, the rest of the top five in that league. And just some of the folks talk, this may be a year where the Missouri Valley is a multiple bid league. We're talking 3, maybe 4 teams, depending on how things shake out. This team's certainly jacked up right now, out of bounds. Officials confer, and it'll be Illinois State ball.
Illinois State is playing great help defense. They're also contesting the lanes. You'll see the great help over on the side. Able to get the turnover. Northwestern averages only 10 turnovers a game, and they already have 5 here with less than 7 minutes gone in the first half.
Nick Zeisloff off the bench, helping trigger that giveaway for the Cats. Carmichael on the block. Tough turnaround. Too strong. Tapped out, and will stay here.
You have to put a body on Wilkins, and Swopshire missed him. He's going to go to the board very, very strong. He doesn't play a lot of minutes, but he gets to the rim, both offensively and defensively. You got to put a body on him at this end of the court.
Wilkins has it again at 6'9". Zeisloff. Step back three, good.
Boy, that's pretty. Out of bounds play. That was set up. Nice pick and pass by Keene, the freshman.
He's shooting 80% from three, or excuse me, 50% from three this year with 8 on the year off the steal. Now the freshman would love to have that back.
Well, he short-armed it. That's good pressure defense. We've talked about the defense for Illinois State. Creating the offense, that was a perfect example.
Freewheeling freshman sporting the Mohawk, and his energy kind of exuded throughout this team. And Mulder with some words of encouragement for him.
I was really impressed with Coach Moeller last night. I mean, he is an upbeat guy. Kevin Stallings' assistant. He's been watching his team for the last 12 years. Very positive about every coach that's been involved, but he's now excited to be able to upgrade this schedule and get to the NCAA tournament.
And this team's been to the NIT for the last 5 years. They haven't been to the NCAA tournament since he was still a player in the late 90s. Good defense here. 5 left to shoot. Demps in trouble, trying to create. Off the rim. Swopshire on the offensive glass.
That was a good defensive effort. Forced a late shot, and then they didn't box out.
Crawford will take it from deep. Good.
That's what kills you. You play really good defense for 35 seconds and then you don't get the offensive rebound. That's a mistake. Northwestern capitalized on it.
On the inside, Wilkins attacking. Too strong off the glass. And this Northwestern team running through their offense. That one out of bounds and a timeout on the floor. Dan Moeller, before Dan Moeller cares about his alma mater, glad to come back to Normal, Illinois, take over and gain control of the program that he led to some of its highest heights as a Division I program. And his team defensively has done the job holding down the Cats early on.
But they have come out and really have been the aggressor. Northwestern's making sloppy passes. They already have 5 turnovers in the first 9 minutes of the game. They only averaged 10 on the game. So right now the pressure is getting to Northwestern. They got to ball fake a little bit more, and they have to have dribble drive, spread the offense out, and get to the basket.
See the numbers so far. Shooting relatively close for both teams. And now another conference here. Who touched it last out of bounds? And they'll reverse this one. It'll go to Northwestern. No Carmody. Signals in the play. Well, Steve, we talk about this Princeton offense and the cuts and the ball movement. Certainly when you're trying to defend it, what's job number 1 for Illinois State?
Job number 1 is making sure you know where the ball is and know where your man is, and you have help defense, because you cannot defend the Princeton offense by yourself because there's so many picks and cuts to the basket. You need everybody knowing who's cutting to the basket.
And that time, Northwestern did not realize that shot clock was running down off the turnover. They thought maybe he had a reset, but remember the changed possession. It didn't reset. They ran out, and that's another turnover, number 6.
Good defense again by Illinois State.
Hill, tough shot with a left hand.
Sobolewski is too small and not quick enough. Hill just went right around him like he was standing still. That's a mismatch that they're exploiting by taking and putting Hill at the point.
First bucket of the game for the sophomore from Glendale Heights, Illinois. Hearn cutting through the defense. Ball movement, looking for the open man. Crawford into the paint. Off the window, and it falls.
That was a good offensive possession by Northwestern, but still, it was not an easy possession. Illinois State playing in-your-face defense.
Carmichael underneath, and it stays out.
I like the fact that Crawford took the ball in the paint. You have to be aggressive. You cannot let a team extend that far out on you without you trying to go around them and get an easy bucket.
Swopshire has a good look, can't convert. Crawford, another offensive rebound, stick back, no. Hearn up, blocked by Iki. Good chances for Northwestern, but no points in that possession. And Swopshire touched it last.
Hill going out, Keene coming back in. I thought Hill did a really good job while he was in there, handling the point guard position.
And the 7-foot freshman Alex Ola back on the floor, 2 for Northwestern. Iki for 3. How about Illinois State with its 4th triple of the game? We talked about Northwestern's ability from beyond the arc. The Redbirds can stick it from deep.
Well, that was late recovery by Swopshire. You cannot be late against these guys that can shoot the ball. Got to get out there and extend as Crawford just takes it to the basket. This is an easy bunny.
Another chance stays out. And the Cats are missing a bunch of gimmies underneath.
But, you know, they're still getting those shots. And I think that's got to concern Coach Moeller, because those are easy shots that they will not keep missing. But I like the fact that Northwestern is getting into the basket. But Iki and Treloff have to get over there and box out. They cannot let guys get uncontested second attempts at the basket.
Ola now trapped in the corner, trying to call timeout, and does. Well, the 7-foot freshman, key piece, new piece for Northwestern this year. You know, it's funny, we talk about the different coaches at this.
Not forcing the cause of timeout.
And Moeller breaking the huddle for Illinois State. Northwestern Now, Bill Carmody's been a veteran, but a lot of the pieces are new. Look at this. 5 true freshmen, 2 redshirt freshmen, and 2 transfers. So you got 9 newcomers, and you're all learning a difficult system on both ends of the floor.
The difference is that you have Hearn and you have Crawford that have done it before, and they're handling the pressure, and also Sobolewski. So you have 3 guys that handle the ball that you have coaches on the court. But right now, they're looking like they have a lot of freshmen.
The 3 players you talked about, Hearn, Sobolewski, Crawford on the floor. Swopshire weaving in. Treloff has given the Redbirds a nice lift off the bench.
He really has. He's rebounding. He's creating some problems for the guys getting to the basket.
Brown straight up for 3. Number 5 of the first half for the Redbirds.
They're driving and kicking. Nice spot-up shot by Brown. Illinois State really bringing it here early in this game.
Another takeaway. They strip the freshman Ola. Keene, entry. Iki wants it, can't deliver. Treloff on the offensive end. Hearn for Swopshire. Trying to save it, and another giveaway for Northwestern.
That was great hustle by Brown because Swopshire had a layup. Brown hustles back and defends the basket.
Well, right now, both of these teams playing at a breakneck pace, and that is advantage Illinois State, is it not?
It definitely is, and because you have Ola in the game, who is very big, he's struggling to get up and down the court. But right now, it is all the Redbirds. 20-12 over Northwestern. They're doing a very good job of ball faking. You know, there's going to help defense by Illinois State, but they have to ball fake, they have to dribble, penetrate, and you have to be stronger with the basketball.
Out of the timeout. Wilkins, another one of the bench brigade for Illinois State, which has been so strong. This team will shuttle in personnel. Very efficient in getting lifts from a lot of guys. Last night it was number 2 with 30. He's got the basketball now.
They outscore the other team's bench 153-79. And that's a push-off right there. But for the first 5 games, it's 153 points to 79. That's a lot of help from the bench.
A foul on Carmichael. It's his first, team number 4 of the half for Illinois State. Just 2 fouls so far for Northwestern. Under 8 to go. 8-point lead for the Redbirds.
2-2-1 zone create a lot of problems for UAB. You got to get the ball to the middle, and you got to turn it into an offensive opportunity. When you get the ball to the middle, have guys cutting to the basket.
Fisher, Crawford, open but deep, no problem. Able to get it done. Third 3 ball for the Cats.
You know, it seems like Illinois State is just blowing out Northwestern, but it's only a 5-point game. Illinois State has got to make sure, as they get a turnover right there on Carmichael, they have to make sure that they don't feel too comfortable. They got to continue taking care of the ball on the offensive end.
So Carmichael walking, just the 3rd giveaway for Illinois State. And the 3-pointer, Northwestern, a team that averages neighborhood of 10 per game. They can creep back in it. They can find spots and make shots from long range.
Help, help!
Crawford again. Tougher look. No result.
Trail, Nick, trail, Nick!
Zeisloff not shy about pulling the trigger here in the first half. Made his first, missed the last 2.
They average around 21 threes a game. They're not afraid to jack it up. Average about 7 makes per game. They've already done a great job here today. 5 of 9 from 3-point land, so they're almost at that 7.
Dent. 10 on the shot clock. Crawford looking inside. Turner wants to hand it off. Crawford gonna have to heave it at some point. Demps instead. Good work on the offensive glass for Turner. Can't get it down. Now Carmichael ahead. And Dem's forced a foul. They're going to call it a shooting foul.
Carmichael thought that his teammates had the rebound. He was cherry picking a little bit there, but Northwestern really out of sorts. They're so far away from the basket at the end of the shot clock. I think they're looking more for the three than they are looking for the cutter. There's a couple times that I thought Turner had an open roll to the basket where they didn't look for him.
Carmichael missing the first. You know, it's interesting, last couple of times down the court in Illinois State, maybe has kind of rushed their shot too, but are you okay with that in a sense? Because you're almost keeping this game a mess. You're mucking up Northwestern's kind of rhythm.
And what Northwestern's doing, you know, I'm a firm believer, and I sit here for a reason. I don't sit on the other side of the bench. But I think when somebody's pressing you, try to make it into an offensive game where you get down and try to beat the pressure. Northwestern's not even trying to do that. They're trying to bring it back out so they run more of the shot clock to slow down the game.
Keen attack came up empty. And the lead is 5. Some empty trips for Illinois State. Might have stretched it out even more if they'd been able to convert.
The real mismatch with Crawford being guarded by Wilkins, and now Keen's being guarding Crawford. Switching out front, you see Sobolewski with Wilkins on the perimeter. Only 5 on the shot clock now.
He'll pull up and hit. Dave Sobolewski, sophomore from Naperville, Illinois. Able to get it done, averages about 9 per game. In Northwestern, down only 2. Carmichael attacking and foul.
Carmichael looked up. You'll see Carmichael on the wing, and you'll see that there's nobody in this lane helping out. Carmichael will go straight to the basket for an easy 2. And you see Depp not giving a hand's worth of help. He's got to jump down there to the ball and be able to stop Carmichael jumping to the basket.
Second foul on Drew Crawford. And he may be thinking about coming off. Right now it'll be Alex Marcatulio coming on. Instead he'll spill Demps for the moment.
Demps did a nice job while he was in there. He's very athletic. Had no problems breaking the press.
Carmichael, 1 of 2.
Pressure now off on a missed free throw, but they're still extending the ball pressure deep, trying to push Northwestern away from the basket.
Trying to find Sobolewski on the cut inside, but the pass too far ahead. Lob, Iki can't get it down. Contact and no call. Turner there defensively.
That was a good look. Iki wasn't able to put it down. Tell you, Illinois State is doing a very, very good job in the middle of the court. They're going to call a block on Marcatulio.
Nice pass by Turner coming up to the high post and setting it to the cutter. Setting up the opportunity for the goal. And free throws coming up. Sobolewski at the line. You look at his numbers on the year. Great shooter from long distance. Northwestern as a team, over 40%.
And you'll see right here, when you're not watching your man and the ball, a little backdoor cut, which is what the Princeton offense is famous for. And that's how you alleviate that outside pressure when they extend the defense. Sobolewski does a very nice job. He's just got to finish at the other end.
Zeisloff, the man forced a foul. Again, no major foul issues either team. Just 5 team fouls in Illinois State. And 4 on Northwestern, although Crawford has 2 of those and was taken out at the last whistle as Swopshire comes back. Deep 3 from Brown. Northwestern basketball. Now the Cats and the Redbirds elevated up into the 70s last year. And you look at some of the other schools around the country that run it, Georgetown, Richmond, and others, it's a scoring offense. Those teams in recent years, when they've got the players that are of a high level, have averaged in the 80s.
But what also it dictates tempo. So when you don't want it to be an up-tempo offense like tonight, you can run clock and you can just keep people moving because everybody has to know how to cut and everybody has to know how to screen. That's a beautiful backdoor again. But Iki coming over and helping out.
Giveaway here, Illinois State basketball. Well, coming up, AT&T at the half. Adam Zucker and the gang standing by while the Zerbiak, Ala Abdul Nabi, John Rothstein, they'll give you scores, highlights from around the world of college basketball. All coming up on AT&T at the half. TCU beating UAB earlier in a consolation affair here, the South Padre Island Invitational. Brent Johnson and the Horned Frogs doing it with defense, but able to go over 70 points tonight in getting the victory against Jaron Hass and the Blazers, two new coaches this year for those programs. Turner from the corner, no. On the glass again, the whistle blower.
Well, Allen really trying to box out Hearn. That was he was at a disadvantage. The ball went up. It was ready to be a shot clock violation, and Hearn is using a bigger body to draw the foul on Allen.
First on Allen. Team number 6 on the Redbirds in the half. Approaching 3 minutes left to go. Sobolewski leaves for Marcatulia. Hearn, leading scorer on this Wildcat team, has not scored yet tonight.
A lot of teams count deflections. Right there were 2 deflections. To me, that says that number 1, you're not ball faking, you're telegraphing your pass, but you're not being aggressive with your passes. You have to be smart and make sure that you see that where the defender is. 2 bad passes right there, almost another turnover for Northwestern.
Hearn. Carmichael switched off, and now the contact against Allen, and he'll pick up another foul, 2 on him.
And they bailed him out because there were 6 seconds on the shot clock, and once again, Northwestern running that shot clock down, and now an opportunity to get to the line. They are now shooting a bonus.
Hearn canning the free throw. Imagine coming in as a walk-on your freshman year, and then by your junior season, you're starting every game, leading the team in scoring as a senior. Great transformation for Reggie Hearn.
And that's his first point of the game. Illinois State has done a great job of limiting his touches.
Gets them both. 1-point affair. Illinois State in the offense. Crisp early, 5 threes, but a little stagnant as far as finishing of late. Carmichael again under pressure, couldn't put it down on the reverse.
It's a nice pass by Keene. You'll see, and a steal by Keene. That is great hustle by the freshman. And now Carmichael bringing it up in transition.
Brown looking to go back to Carmichael. Picks up the dribble, weaves in and gets the hop.
He's working that right wing. I tell you, he had a backdoor cut. He didn't roll and was able to still receive the ball and score.
Block
play.
Inside. Brown swatting it away from Cale Abrahamson. And now given right back.
How about Keene, the freshman, really playing hard, both offensive and defensive. Good steal on Swopshire, and then he throws it up high for Carmichael. Carmichael gets it down and scores.
Sobolewski into Hill. And that'll lead to free throws.
When you get in that bonus, especially when you're playing a team like Northwestern, you know, that's really a positive for Northwestern. As they shoot the ball well, you want to make sure that you try to keep them out of that bonus.
8th team foul. Sobolewski gets the front end of the 1-and-1. Great freshman year for him, #1 in the Big Ten, #1 in the nation among freshmen for Sobolewski. An assist to turnover ratio, almost 3-to-1 for him, which is outstanding a year ago, and has carried that over here in his sophomore season. Carmichael, the catch, contact, and a trip to the line ahead for him. Mike Turner, the redshirt freshman, picking up the personal. And now Carmichael at the line. And led the Missouri Valley rebounds last year. Averaged close to 10 per game, almost averaging a double-double per contest with 14 points this year. Close to 17 in the scoring category. That's 6 caroms a game, and the blocks have been there too. Missing the second. From 3. Rebound attempt, Hearn. And it'll be Illinois State basketball. And the Redbirds have done a solid job of limiting opportunities of late for Northwestern. Zeisloff lost the handle. And the Cats will slow it down. Turner, short jumper, good.
Now, right now, if you're Illinois State, you want to go in halftime with the lead, so you want to make sure you move the ball around to get the last shot. The shot clock is off right now, and there are only 15 seconds left to go in the half.
Brown going to kill some time here and ensure that it's the last opportunity of the opening 20 minutes. Brown kind of fires it up, but did earn an effort to the charity stripe. You know, Tyler Brown really ramped things up at the tail end of last year, averaged about 14 points per game. That was elevated to 16 in the Missouri Valley Conference tournament. 24 per contest in a couple of NIT games for the Redbirds. And, well, continuing to do good things at the offensive end this year, averaging over 15 per game. Dan Moeller looking on. Brown trying to make it a 3-point contest. Does.
Go Reds!
Hearn at the buzzer. In and out. Illinois State by 3 as we get set for the second half.
There's a reason why Bill Carmody is one of the best coaches around, and that's something I think that you have to look at halftime. He'll make some changes. What are those changes going to be? And then what changes will Dan Moeller make?
And 2 5-0 teams as you look at Bill Carmody's resume of wins, more than 6 in 8 of those first 12 years, and they had rarely done that in the previous 30-plus seasons in Evanston. Is this the year that Northwestern can get over the hump? They've been phenomenal in the early part of seasons the last couple of years. The attack inside, and the foul there going to be on the 7-footer Ola.
Pushing in the back of Carmichael. Nice help defense by Northwestern. That's one area Ola's got to work on. He's got decent footwork. He's got to make sure he doesn't make those cheap fouls. And last night we saw he had 4 fouls last night. Bill Carmody talking to him about moving his feet and not using his hands so much.
Carmichael normally pretty good at the line, 70% coming into the game. Now 3 of 7 in this contest. He does have 5 points below his average, but gets the first marker of the second half. Keene, quick hands, going after it against Hearn.
10 seconds.
Yeah, 10-second call.
Well, Hearn was a little lackadaisical on that. And Keene just dove. I mean, he was after it. You think he doesn't want this game? Look how quick Keene is. He just goes after it. Hearn didn't run back quick enough and get the 10-second count.
We mentioned Keene was a late comer to the party for Illinois State. Nick Moore was last year's starting point guard, a freshman. He followed head coach Tim Jankovic to SMU, where he's on staff with Larry Brown, essentially the head coach in waiting there at SMU. So they were looking for a point guard. Keene was dangling out there because at 6 foot or thereabouts, he's a little bit undersized, but boy, he makes up for it with intensity and hustle.
He plays with a chip on his shoulder. I mean, he doesn't take anything for granted. That's his very good hustle. He's made 3 or 4 tip-aways where he hasn't received the ball, but he's been able to tip it to another teammate. Another turnover for Northwestern.
Baseline. And the knockdown from Tyler Brown.
Hearn's going to have to get into this game. He is not doing anything really offensively to speak of yet. You see him taking it to the basket.
Tried to there, but erased by Carmichael. Allen on the pull-up. Missed poorly. He has not been able to get into the flow tonight after his 30-point showing last night, but his running mate has. Tyler Brown, another bucket. Give him 14 now in the game. He leads all scores.
Right now, Northwestern is getting a little bit out of sorts. They got to get back and be under control as they get the foul on Keene. Swopshire on the dribble drive.
9-point lead now for Illinois State, largest advantage of the game.
Hearn yet to have a field goal, 0 for 5 from the field. Beluski needs to get this team under control and run that offense. Great defense by Carmichael, fronting Ola. That's a play where you just have to throw a little bit higher. You got 7 foot on 6'8". Just throw a little bit higher.
Sobolewski trying to trigger the restart. Quick hands again and deflected away. That time Brown getting a piece.
They're going to reset the shot clock, but they're not. They're keeping it at 23.
Look at the run. 8 straight, dating back to the first half for the Redbirds. Ola out of the high post. Sobolewski tied up by the pesky Keene. Crawford. One-handed floater, no. Carmichael with the ball.
Every shot is contested by the Redbirds, really making it hard on Northwestern.
Carmichael, strong move, offensive foul, wave off the hoop.
How about the big fella, Ola, moving his feet? That's what Coach Carmody's looking at. Ola moves his feet, gets over and takes the offensive foul. That's good hustle by the big fella.
Second personal on Carmichael.
Now they're going to get that foul. I think that was, I thought it was Ola over there, but it wasn't.
Hearn able to get over and set up. Now that secondary defender able to get his feet planted outside the arc, get position, and draw the charge. Get second personal on Carmichael. 2 team fouls in the early going here in the half for the Redbirds. Hearn, good look for 3. Yes.
First field goal for Hearn. Good offense, good movement.
His other points had been from the free throw line. Now back-to-back buckets, the 3 and the breakaway deuce.
Good defense. Now the Redbirds have to be under control. Northwestern playing extended defense. Lazy passes, you got to make sure. This is a Northwestern team that's known for the defense. You can't be lackadaisical with the defense.
One of the seniors for the Cats trying to seize control of the game, and now Keene maybe a touch out of control, coughs it up. Dan Moeller looking on, trying to cajole his young freshman to direct some traffic from the bench. 32-28 Redbirds. Winner takes the title here at the South Padre Island Invitational and stays unbeaten. Loser will suffer its first loss of the year. Both teams coming in 5-0. Brown step to the passing lane. Gets it back, but out of control off the heave from Allen.
That was good defense. Jump in the lane. You get a foul right now on Brown. What they're doing is Illinois State is jumping the route, basically. When they see the ball swinging around the other side, they're giving a hand's worth of help, jumping out there and deflecting that pass. Once again, Northwestern with a turnover.
Keene returning for Illinois State.
Go, Reds. Come on, Drew.
And Johnny Hill going to pick up that foul, and that's his third. Another defensive cleaning of the glass for Carmichael here in the second half. Allen, pull up. Carmichael lost it. Another chance, and he's fouled.
That was almost like a pass from Zizlov. I mean, he threw that over there, and Carmichael able to knock it down, or at least get the rebound and try to put it in there. Now he gets to the free throw line.
So Carmichael, preseason all-conference pick, first-team selection. There's Doug McDermott of Creighton getting a lot of attention there, but this league, as we alluded to before, certainly may be ramped up to what it was a handful of years ago, and they had multiple teams in the NCAA tournament.
Well, that's a pretty solid league right now, and that's a break for Illinois State. Carmichael missed back-to-back free throws, really struggling from the charity stripe.
Good, Mike.
Carmichael struggling, Northwestern surging, trying to close the gap. One point, the lead was 9. Crawford keeps driving but can't finish. Allen in transit.
Go, run!
Now Northwestern running a little bit, bringing it down. They're really not picking up the pace, but they're trying to get it in the front court and run their offense. Each team's had 3 straight empty possessions.
Sobolewski from deep. And they're going to call the illegal screen against Northwestern.
Yeah, Turner was not set, but, you know, defense, get your offense going. You just see right here the nice block by open, and that's a good sign for Northwestern. Hearn had 1 point in the first half. He's got 7 in the game. He's got 2 field goals here in the second half.
Bill Carmody getting a little refreshment here. His team trying to work its way all the way back. And again, when the assist total is at 4 for Northwestern, you know the offense really isn't firing at full rhythm as Brown hits from downtown off the glass.
Tell you, Brown playing a very good game. Got 16 to lead all scorers.
Skip past Crawford. Trey Dempsey returning for Northwestern. And the field goal similar. Couple more threes for Illinois State. Dempsey trying to get a triple. Crawford in the offensive glass. Multiple opportunities, but no points for the Wildcats.
Treloff playing some good minutes. Guys off the bench giving good play. It's a bad pass by Brown in the lane, but guys really get good minutes off the bench, the Redbirds.
Out of bounds. Belong to Northwestern. Brown leading all scorers in this game. Crawford's 10. Tops for Northwestern. He'll try for more. Won't get the bucket, but will have a trio of free throws as Keene fouled him.
You never foul the jump shooter. You come out and you extend, but that's a mortal sin, basically, coming out and fouling that jump shooter.
Well, Crawford continuing to rise up the scoring list at Northwestern, closing in on the top 10 all-time. Will get there, assuming he stays healthy here throughout the year. It came in as the second leading returning scorer in the Big Ten this year to Tim Frazier, a talented player for Penn State, who unfortunately has gone down with a season-ending injury.
He's 2 points away from matching Rod Robertson for 12th place.
Hill back off the bench for the Redbirds with 3 fouls. Really the only player in any sort of foul trouble at this juncture. 34-31.
Talk! Talk! Good spot. Talk!
Brown fired it up. Offensive foul.
Trey Depp just took a great hit to the face, but he went in there and took that offensive foul.
Well, later tonight, more college hoops. The Global Sports Classic Championship live from Las Vegas, Oregon, number 22 Cincinnati. Then we'll get you to Alaska, Charlotte, the championship there against Northeastern, and the consolation game for the the Great Alaskan Shootout. Oral Roberts and Belmont all coming up here on CBS Sports Network.
I've had a chance to watch the UC Bearcats, and they are really tough. I mean, they have kid Shockmooch, who played last year, who's lost about 30 pounds, is playing in the post. Obviously, they have Sean Kilpatrick back and Kashmir right at the point. They are a solid team. I think they're going to go deep in the NCAA tournament this year.
You look at Charlotte, too. Alan Major continuing the progress with the 49ers.
Yeah, they're leaving the A-10, and this is their swan song, so they'll want to have a good year this year.
Trey Demps at the line as Brian Allen comes on back. Look at the numbers for the redshirt sophomore from San Antonio. Played 4 games last year, had a shoulder issue. They shut him down. He was able to take a redshirt season, has come back, and part of the rotation here for the Cats.
It's important right now that the Redbirds get a good shot at the basket. Not just a flying 3, but try to get something moving to the basket. It's a second straight turnover. Really not valuing the basketball. Northwestern getting them caught up in their web defensively.
Demps back to Turner. Underneath, Swopshire. Good fake and lays it in.
That last possession, the ball didn't hit the floor one time. That's great ball movement by the Wildcats, and now they have the lead.
First lead for Northwestern, and a foul against Illinois State.
Watch the ball movement here. Pass, no dribble. You don't need a dribble in this game. This is old-fashioned basketball. That's a clinic right there.
Now the lead for Northwestern, it's first of the half. It's first since there was about 4 minutes gone of the game when they were up 7-6, but they've clawed all the way back, down 9 here earlier in this half. 35-34. Like we've seen it so many times, Steve, you're able to start doing better things defensively, and it turns things around at the other end.
They've done a great job of handling the pressure. I was going to say they haven't had many turnovers in the second half. And, you know, when you don't give the ball up and have empty possessions, you're able to at least limit some of the fast break points that Illinois State got in the first half.
And they coughed it up 10 times in the first half, only give it up on average 10 per game. Now, 4th of this second half. It's still problematic at times, but they have the lead, and watch it evaporate as Carmichael vaults the Redbirds back on top.
Carmichael had to slip the screen and went to the basket. Nice play by Jackie Carmichael.
Attempted to trap Sobolewski. Out of it to Demps. Layup good.
That's a nice play by Demps, taking it up and over Carmichael. Nice little finger roll. Illinois State looking to get that jump shot. They need to look inside the Wilkins and see if they can get something down low. Settling for the long 3.
And it doesn't go for Brown. They had a chance on that last possession off the switch off. It was Sobolewski was guarding Carmichael. Difference of about 8 or 9 inches from defender to shooter, but they couldn't capitalize.
Now you have Illinois State in that zone.
Crawford short on the 3. Allen, and Demps touched it last.
That's a good hustle by Demps, getting over there and trying to dive for the ball.
Northwestern rallying back. Wildcats lead here. Under 12 left to go at South.
It's not in that cold weather like Dan Fouch used to play in, but I'll tell you what, he's a gunslinger tonight. Just like Faust and the San Diego Chargers back in the day.
Drew Crawford.
Air Coryell. We got Air Brown right now.
Drew Crawford guiding the way for Northwestern, making some quality decisions. Brown again, another triple try.
That wasn't a quality decision right there. Brown was way beyond the NBA three-point line and no reason to take that shot. Really got to still look to get the ball inside because Northwestern is extending the defense now. So you have opportunities to get the ball in the paint.
Wilkins, another deep look. That one goes.
How about that? 6'9" Wilkins throwing it up from downtown. It's a guy that shoots the three-point at 25%.
And following in the footsteps of his father, who played at Illinois State in his time. Jeff Wilkins went on to play in the NBA, then overseas at France and Belgium, and John Bourne in France.
Illinois State now back in that 2-3 zone. They go from the 2-2-1 back to the 2-3 zone, and that's a great move by Depps, not able to let it fly.
Rebound there for Wilkins. It seems like Northwestern has gotten more space in the attack here in the second half. Carmichael in close, and it stays out. Shooting numbers for both of these teams dipping in this game. Illinois State in the neighborhood of 35%, Northwestern under 30%, yet 2-point game. And now offensive foul. Sobolewski called for the hold, and he's claiming he was held.
It was a nice back screen setup. If you look at Coach Dan Moeller, Sobolewski not happy about that call. It was another back screen. See, that's a little bit after the play, but he was called for a moving screen against Wilkins. Now Northwestern a little bit of zone. Little 1-3-1. Sobolewski playing the deep side, deep back.
Allen open, too strong. Carmichael keeps it going and trying to save it. Hit the underside of the basket. And the Wildcats say thank you very much to the friendly hop and pick it up.
Great hustle by Crawford getting on the floor. Redbirds back in that 2-3 zone. And Northwestern's trying to throw behind it.
Sobolewski triple time. Northwestern back on top.
It's a sweet stroke.
7 points now for Sobolewski. His first 3 of the game. 5th of the contest for the Cats. Carmichael, the catch underneath. Turner doing enough defensively to disrupt him.
I thought Carmichael would have been better off just taking it all the way up and making it like an alley-oop before the defense came over. He gathered, wasn't able to finish.
Turner's gotten a lot of playing time instead of Ola in the paint for Northwestern and done a commendable job so far on Carmichael. Swopshire launching the 3. Rebound to Brown. Allen pulls the trigger again from deep. Follow stuff opportunity, won't go.
Ball's not dropping for either team right now. Illinois State getting good looks to the basket. That's 2 point-blank range looks for Carmichael off the last one off the miss by Bryant. Brian Allen's got to see if he can get in the lane and create something.
Allen, everything seemingly falling for him last night in his 30-point tour de force. He was 6 of 9 from beyond the arc of this game. Just 1 of 4 from deep. Brown, well beyond the line. Thought better of it. Wilkins gets his own rebound. Brown again. Another big miss, but Carmichael on the backside for the stick back.
Crawford looks like he's hurt his right shoulder. But Carmichael benefited from the very poor jump shot by Brown. It was an air ball, went right into Carmichael's hands. It was as good as a pass.
They'll time out on the floor. Carmichael able to put it up and in. Illinois State back on top. 7:25 left here in Texas.
Court, Illinois State.
And Dan Moeller, great player in his own right, helping Illinois State to 4 straight postseason trips in the 90s. Last time they went to the tournament back-to-back years, 97 and 98. And hey, don't sleep on that guy. He's also a Bone Scholar at Illinois State. It's the highest academic award they have at the institutions. So that guy getting it done, classroom and court as well.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that. I think I got a certificate of attendance when I went to college.
Perfect or sporadic?
Graduated summa cum barely. Perfect attendance for most part, except for early morning classes.
Well, which team's going to show up here down the stretch and pull out the W, stay unbeaten of the year? Championship of the South Padre Island Invitational. Sobolewski and another illegal screen. That one on Marco Tullio. And Steve, we've seen this in this game and throughout the weekend of the games. The officials have really cracked down on those.
And you can't be moving, and that's the problem right there, especially with a motion offense like this and the Princeton offense. A lot of picks. Northwestern still in that 1-3-1.
Open look for 3. Iki not able to get it done. The Redbirds, Steve, last 4 or 5 trips down the floor, it's all been 3-point shots for them. You wondering about the shot selection?
Well, when they get the ball in the Carmichael, he's not making it. The big guys aren't flushing it, so you may as well take that mid-range jump shot. I still think you got to get in the paint a little bit.
Northwestern, chance to regain the lead. They do. Marco Tullio with a 3.
He just looked, coming off that pick, looked like he was going to knock it down. I mean, he had the confidence and just drained it.
10th lead changed the game. Cats regain the top spot. Brown pull up.
See, that's a smart move, getting into the paint. You just don't want to settle for that 3 ball.
Under 6 to go, 43 apiece. Hearn now directing some traffic. Crawford trying to set up inside, guarded by Iki, and another call away for the basketball.
Going to call Keene on the grab, on the hold. Said I love being at South Padre Island, but I'm missing my baby's birthday today. My oldest daughter, Sabrina, I'd like to wish her a happy birthday back in the home state of Ohio. So say, well, happy birthday, Bean.
You had a pretty good starting 5 with the family unit, right?
Well, I got 4 of the 5, 3 girls and a boy, but they all had games. She's a volleyballer, though. Plays volleyball.
I'm saying, you know, Mrs. Wolf, you can throw in the mix. You got the whole team there, right?
Yeah, let's get back to this game. I don't think that would look good at that starting 5.
Missed free throw. Rebound for Hill.
I like this 1-3-1 Northwestern is playing because it's helping to extend the defense for Illinois State, and all they're doing is looking to shoot that outside jump shot.
Back down, Carmichael. Turner there, active defensively, the double team, the strip of the takeaway.
Illinois State is not adjusting to the defense that Northwestern is playing. They're extending out, and the middle is wide open. You saw it last time when Brown got in the paint. You have to look in that middle. You can't be so perimeter.
Tullio under duress from Hill. Now Carmichael. Pressure on Turner. 12 left to shoot.
Turner's playing a nice game. He's doing a good job in that middle, as you said, for Ola.
Turner. Carmichael.
Wow, that's a big-time rebound.
Soaring in for the rebound. It may have gotten poked in the eye.
Marco Tullio Tried to get up there, and so did Crawford. You see the long shot by Turner. That's a man rebound right there. You see Crawford going flying, and then Marco Tullio gets him in the eye trying to swipe at the ball. Inadvertent foul there.
Foul on Marco-Tullio. 6 of the half on Northwestern. 8 on Illinois State. Hill almost gave it up. Lucky that it hopped to Iki in the corner.
There's nobody in the middle of that defense. They're going to have to look for an outside jump shot. Shot clock down to 10 now.
Allen penetrating. One and done for the Redbirds. Under 4 to go. Still tied up. Crawford for the lead. 3-ball good. Wildcats regain the top spot.
No extension on the defense. You cannot leave Crawford wide open on the perimeter.
Timeout, Illinois State. Drew Crawford, all.
Northwestern with a 3-point lead, but if Illinois State would get the ball in the middle, roll it, you'll see the middle is wide open. The ball gets to Brown. Stop it right there. Right here. Look at Carmichael. Wide open. All you do is throw it to the defense. There's 5 perimeter defenders. Nobody guarding Carmichael. They're not even looking behind the defense. You have to look inside and on the low block.
So some Illinois State execution issues on the offensive end. And Northwestern able to do enough to regain the lead.
You know, there's an old saying, you live by the 3, you die by the 3. Right now, Illinois State struggling with that 3. Let's see if they get the ball inside. You got Wilkins, you got Carmichael in the middle.
Allen going to Wilkins. Picks up the dribble, turns it over. Crawford, though, stepped out of bounds before he fired it off the foot of Allen and out of play.
That was a great call by the official.
Right on top of it, Northwestern still with a lead, but Illinois lead by 9 for the Redbirds here in this half. But Cats have clawed back and are in front here with 3:17 left.
The Redbirds have an opportunity on this possession to tie or cut the lead to 1. There you go. Like to see him getting in the paint. And the freshman's the one to do it. What a great drive by Keene in the lane.
And the first-year player from Ontario and Canada, first bucket of the game, does have 5 assists. What he's been averaging here in his freshman season for the Redbirds.
Illinois State playing man-to-man.
Hearn wheeling in, laying it home.
He went right to the basket uncontested. You like to see leadership from your upperclassman, Hearn, who hasn't had a great game. Take it on his shoulders and get to the basket.
Back to a 3-point edge. Keene, nice pass, easy dunk for Carmichael.
2 great plays by the freshman Keene. One with a drive, another with a pass. Both on dribble penetration.
Steve, you talked about what they were lacking. Keene has filled the void, leading to 2 good scoring possessions for the Redbirds. Timeout taken, Northwestern. Bill Carmody going to strategize, and how about a month to remember? Last few years, Northwestern has been outstanding in the early season. It's the second active longest winning streak in the month of
12 years in Evanston. You know, his great job.
Well, don't ask what happened, ask what's next on the new late night sports show Leadoff with Doug Gottlieb and Allie LaForce. Weeknights, midnight Eastern, only on CBS Sports Network. Well, the teams have been trading the lead off and on here. Sobolewski trying to extend it for Northwestern. Carmichael battling for it, but stepped out.
Sobolewski had a nice drive to the basket, but he short-armed it. Didn't follow through. I think he thought he was going to get blocked. As you see, it's like Allen hurt himself. That doesn't look good.
And Carmichael going to help him off.
It's his ankle. I think it's his ankle. I think he rolled his ankle. Yeah, that hurts. I've done that too many times. He rolled that good.
Stepped on the foot of his freshman teammate Keene. And Brian Allen gingerly stepping off the floor. Tough shooting night. You look at his numbers after that 30-point barrage last night, and he'll take a seat, it looks like, at least for the remainder of this game as he walks off towards the locker room.
Northwestern getting another timeout. They'll be down to 2 timeouts.
Look at the timeouts remaining. Arrow favoring Northwestern. Should we have a...
At the end of the game, a lot of times can pull it out. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in this last minute 57.
Full shot clock to work with for Northwestern. Sobolewski fired back to Hearn, retreats to the backcourt to get it. And will bring it up.
Look for Crawford or Hearn to take over. Those are the guys you want to have the ball in your hand.
Crawford has it. Hearn spots up for 3. Good!
That's a smart move. You get the ball into the hands of the senior, looks for Hearn. Hearn pulls up for the 3. Gives the Wildcats a 4-point lead.
Second 3 of the game for Hearn. Up 4. Keene, the lob inside, it goes in! How about a 3?
That might have been offensive goaltending. I'm not sure, but I don't know if it hit the backboard first. We'll have to see this. Keene just fired that ball. That's going to be offensive goaltending. That's going to be disallowed.
Yeah.
I can't. It was a good idea. We talked about going behind the defense because Carmichael is open, but that was in the cylinder. And that is not going to count.
No, they're going to count it as a 2.
Oh, they are going to count
Yeah.
as 2. It looked like his hand was in the cylinder.
Bill Carmody just got the signal from the official Keith Fogelman, who's signifying that he had it in the motion of going down. You saw something differently, though, but that's the signal, and Northwestern hasn't argued too much.
So I didn't even think it was a 3.
I didn't see the contact originally when he came over. It just looked like he heaved it and it went in, and Keene had made the signal for 3. Anyway, they rule it a 2. And huge points no matter what you score it. Back to a 1-possession game. And a foul.
That's going to put Northwestern at the free throw line for a 1-and-1.
It's a 3rd on Carmichael. And free throws coming up for Swopshire.
Swopshire shoots it at 78%. Oh, that's butter. That is beautiful follow through on his free throw. He's been quiet this evening, only 8 points.
Couple of big freebies for the Wildcats. He'll check out. Marcatulio coming back on.
Well, there's time to go for 2. You don't have to go for the 3 ball.
They will take the triple try, and it's good! Allen with another. Excuse me.
Brown.
That's Brown from the corner with a 3.
Got ice water in his veins. You know, you knew they were going to go for the 3, but I just thought you still have time as you see the pass over the defense by Keene. Another assist by the freshman Keene.
That's Brown who's had the hot hand.
That ankle, as you look at the top shooters, 3-point shooters for Illinois State, now they don't need that 3. They're going to get the ball back. There's about a 9-second differential, and it's important now for Northwestern to break this press.
Well, Allen is back in the bench area, but stays there. We'll see if he's an option as a sub if needed for Dan Moeller. 1 point game, about a 10-second difference between game clock and shot clock. See if the Cats run it down or just take what the defense gives them. Crawford will attack. Goes strong and gets the roll.
How about the senior? And now Bill Carmody running over to get a timeout with a 3-point lead and 20.
Wildcats. What do you do? Do you go 3 right away or do you attack for 2?
I think you go for the best shot. If you can get the 3, great. If not, get it inside.
Well, now they almost are telling themselves they need to go for 3. They're killing clock here. 12 left. Brown off the curl.
How can you not love watching this Illinois State team play?
Well, the way they were setting up, you knew the 3 attempt was coming. Tyler Brown said, give it to me. I got it.
It's a great pick by Carmichael, freeing up Brown for the 3. And last night it was Brian Allen. This time, Brown with a 3 ball. Actually, I was Wilkins setting that pick. But you know, there's still 10 seconds left. See what Bill Carmody does. He's got his go-to player.
24 points, none bigger than the 3 right there. He's amped up. Under 10 seconds left. Hearn will inbound it for the Wildcats.
Full court pressure put on by Illinois State. Just token pressure, making sure it takes some time off the clock.
Sobolewski. 2 on the timer. Forced to heave it up. No good. Follow attempt after the horn is sound. And bonus basketball coming.
Illinois State, his alma mater, upgraded the schedule the first thing he did. So that these games that they're playing right now will help them in their conference.
Interesting, every coach that comes in and takes over, proud about their new program, but with your alma mater sometimes seems like it's different. You could see the energy on his face, talking about his pride in the Redbirds, watching from afar in years past, and now front and center to try to lead this team back to the NCAA tournament for the first time since the late 90s. Tapped around, controlled by Keene to start the overtime. And now stoppage, not sure if we had
the shot clock has 6 seconds off, but the game's clock only has 4 seconds off.
Seeing you're telling me that you didn't have a degree just for attendance. That math was right.
Right there in the corner here. See that? How about that?
Officials on it. Anthony Franklin. Keith Fogelman. Jason Goebel get it situated. And Keene is here. Under a couple of minutes to go. Illinois State came back, but now here in overtime, Northwestern and the Redbirds in the championship, South Padre Island Invitational. Jason Knapp here with Steve Wolf, who's got the advantage coming here into extra time.
Yeah, it's going to be the team that exploits the defense of the other team, and I think that Illinois State, at the end of regulation, started to get the ball inside. The one thing that Illinois State has to worry about, now that you see Brian Allen come back in the game, is Keene has 4 fouls. He cannot get that 5th. He has been a key in the last 6-7 minutes of the game.
Keene missing on the free throw, on the 1-and-1. Allen is back in, went out after he turned an ankle in the final couple of minutes of regulation. He was a scoring star in the game last night with 30 against UAB. Hasn't done a lot tonight, but a leader on the floor for the Redbirds as Northwestern gets another possession.
Great hustle by Swopshire, going out of bounds with that loose ball. Now reset of the shot clock.
Sobolewski. Turner doesn't shoot it a lot. Short gets his own rebound. Fires it back to the Wildcats, and they'll do it again.
Looks really uncomfortable. Turner does shooting that jump shot. But they get to reset the shot clock once again. Look to see if they can get Swopshire or Crawford the ball.
Sobolewski will try it from 3. And
I'll tell you what, that kid, every time you need a shot, number 3 has been able to step up, knock down the jump shot. Sobolewski now has 10.
9-3 of the game for Northwestern. Allen well off. And the Cats, after a slow start offensively, have found rhythm with their Princeton-style offense and getting the shooters into the right spots.
Once again, you see the extended defense by Illinois State getting a hand in the passing lane. We've talked about a lot of teams count deflections. Illinois State has had a lot against a very solid offensive team.
Since coming back off the bench, Keene been the facilitator of this offense, making some good decisions. Swinging around, Carmichael. Back to Keene. He'll attack, dumps it off. Hill in traffic. No hoop, but a couple of free throws on the way.
Once again, Keene getting into the heart of the defense, drawing defenders and dishing it off. And now Hill going to the free throw line to shoot 2. Johnny Hill shooting 55% from the three-point line, or from the free throw line.
Foul on Crawford is 3rd. Hill good with the 1st. On the night, Illinois State scuffling from the line, just 7 of 15 for the game. Hill with a pair. Pressure again, looking for the trap. Broken cleanly by Northwestern. Sobolewski. Crawford able to do enough to keep it in play.
How about Turner? I think Turner is young son hero for Northwestern, really playing a solid game, just doing the ordinary thing extraordinarily well. Filling in for Ola.
Crawford. Tough shot.
Swopshire.
Tipped in. Big follow there for the Cats. The lead back to 3. Keene lost the dribble. Crawford comes away with it. Key giveaway for the Redbirds.
Now, if you're Northwestern, you don't really need to rush it. Take your time, run your offense, run the shot clock down, but get a good shot. You want to start looking to get your shot around the 10-second mark. Be in the offensive area.
It's 10 now on the timer. Turner, Sobolewski lets the defender glide by, sticks the through.
That was a 2. I think they're going to call it 2.
Yeah, they will rule it a deuce, but either way, huge bucket for Northwestern as he was able to get the freshman Keene up in the air.
Well, you see this drive in there, and then the tip in by Swopshire. You talk about aggressiveness, but then the next time down, you see the pass out to Sobolewski, the pump fake, and that was set up by the previous shot Sobolewski hit. He is really stroking it from behind the three-point line, so you have to defend that 3. Pump fake, gets 1 dribble in and shoots the open 2. I think right now Illinois State, they're still in the game. It's a 5-point lead, but that's a 2-possession game.
Wilkins puts it back in, and Keene with no pressure will wait, pick it up, clock goes.
This 1-3-1 has been really good to Northwestern. Illinois State's got to find a way of exploiting it.
Brown.
I guess that's it.
Tough from the baseline, that's a 2. Brown with all sorts of presence tonight, 26 in the game.
Hearn taking Keene. Keene's got 4 fouls, remember. He's got to be very careful not to pick up that 5th. They need him in the game.
Swopshire. Wilkins the rebound.
That's a nice rebound by Wilkins. That's a good drive by Swopshire, just didn't finish with the left hand.
And Keene wants some help in the form of Hill.
If I'm Northwestern, I keep an eye on that guy right there.
From the corner, had a hand in his face, couldn't get it done, and now a whistle. And maybe a loose ball foul on Wilkins. And now we're going to have an official conversation.
They're going to get Wilkins on the foul. See the shot by Brown. That was good extension by Sobolewski. Sobolewski's been everywhere in this second half. Only had 4 first half points, but that's unfortunate. You just got to keep under control. Carmichael needs to keep his emotions under wrap.
And that's what they've called a dead ball contact against Carmichael, the technical foul. And that's a serious impact on this affair.
Well, you hate to see that happen. It's been such a great game for both teams. Once again, you have number 3 in the heart of it all. Sobolewski really pulling his team out of the fire with his 3-point shooting, his heady play.
So the technical fouls shot and converted, and now the free throws from the foul on Wilkins, and Crawford misses the first. Well, either way, make or miss, it's still going to be a 2-possession game.
Zeisloff comes in, and Hill goes out.
Crawford stretches the lead to 6.
Lots of time here. You do need to get a shot and then get a timeout. Illinois State has 1 timeout left. Zeisloff able to shoot that 3, so keep an eye on where number 15 is.
Stay there, Mike! Stay there, Mike!
Brown's been the man from deep. He'll attack here, weave in, had the opening, and took advantage. And at some point, they need to think about fouling. Will it be now? And Zeisloff off the bench has some fouls to give. He'll pull the trigger.
Probably not the best guy to foul. Swopshire 4 for 4 from the free throw line tonight. It's almost 80%.
Third personal on Zeisloff. He's been perfect so far from the stripe. Make it 5 of 5. (17 of 19 from the line on the year. Got them both.
Now you have to start pressing a little bit. It's a 2-possession game. You need a 3.
Brown trying to lean in. Drew the contact of 3 free throws. Well, if you can't get the triple to go down, how about a trio of freebies from the line?
Yeah, you have to get up on him, but let him have the dribble penetration. Just keep your hand up. He never fouled that jump shooter, but you see how Brown, he's adept at getting that 3-point shot. He just leans right into Hearn's arm. I'm not sure that was a foul or not, but it was a smart move by Brown.
The officials took a quick check at the replay, and his foot is behind the line, so it is 3 free throws. And Brown looking to continue his epic night. 85% shooter from the line of the year. Rattles the first one home.
It's the most rim he's had on any one of his shots. He has really taken control of this game for Illinois State.
Redbirds looking on. They haven't tasted defeat so far of the year, neither are the Wildcats. Second one, side iron. Allen will come back. Hill as well, as though take Keene off. Remember, with the 4 fouls, they don't want to put him in a position where he's forced to foul and get him off the floor the rest of the way.
Right now, with 20 seconds left, in the best case scenario, you're going to be down by 4. You got a foul as soon as that ball gets in. You don't have a whole lot of time in your 2-possession game. So if you can't get the steal on the inbounds pass, you might want to try to foul. Right now would be a good time as they foul Sobolewski.
Hustle down, hustle down, hustle down.
Now Northwestern going to try to help sew this up from the free throw line. About 70% from the line as a team of the year. Sobolewski gets the first 13 for him of the evening.
Sobolewski hits both of them, and now you got to get a quick 3.
Brown.
Why not? I'll tell you, this is like a street fight.
That may have been from across the border.
It was about the E on Padre.
No fear for Brown. Continues to escalate his career high. Now 33 points for the senior from Owensboro, Kentucky.
Watch downtown Tyler Brown. Look at that. That is NBA range and nothing but net. You can't make the free throw.
Has him making some beautiful music here in the early season.
I just love watching him coach. I've always, you look at the guys that have coached under him. You got John Thompson, Mitch Henderson, Craig Robinson, Chris Mooney from Richmond. It's a heck of a coaching tree. And
Hill fouling there. So Sobolewski goes back to the line. Remember, Illinois State out of timeouts. And the Cats looking to convert again from the stripe. All net.
I'll tell you, Sobolewski's had a very solid game, especially in the second half. He is, talk about a maestro. He has been a maestro running the offense and also playing the deep line on the 1-3-1. He's done an admirable job stopping any inside scoring by Illinois State.
Series of big free throws for Sobolewski.
It's going to be very hard right now for Illinois State, but this guy right here says something.
Again?
You got to be kidding me.
Now it's a 2-point game. They need to foul and hope Northwestern misses at least one.
And foul on Brown. That is unbelievable. He is having fun. Look at him. He is just loving life. Downtown again for Tyler Brown. Hearn is right up on him, but wants to make sure. You never leave the ball, by the way, but wanted to make sure he didn't get that 3-point, foul shot,
He's getting closer to the logo at midcourt.
I'll tell you.
Well, the foul, and now Crawford at the line.
These are big free throws because he makes them both. He can turn out the lights, but he makes 1 or 2. Brown still has a shot.
36 points, 7 threes for Brown. Crawford, though, here with a big free throw opportunity.
If he misses it, I'd foul Brown right now. I'd foul him. Don't let him get the shot off.
Let's see what they do. Swopshire knocked it out of bounds as time expires. That's it. Northwestern hangs on. Brown having a laugh. And Phil Carmody with a handshake of the Wildcats get it done again in an early season tournament. Their 3rd straight in as many years, their 21st win